Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Monster, the unofficial Nintendo brand ambassador, and today I'd like to do an unboxing of my Switch 2. Now, I realize that there's probably a billion of these videos out on YouTube right now, and it's not something that I think people are particularly interested in seeing my version of an unboxing. However, I did want to keep a record of this because I think one day in the future I want to look back at this and see my excitement in opening up my Switch 2 and seeing what all's in there. Now, I know there's been some videos already posted, and I actually haven't even looked at those because I wanted to save the surprise. And here we got our Joy-Cons. A little different packaging than the old Switch one. These are the magnetic ones. I really haven't got a chance to. Oh, I do like this form factor. This is a lot better for just handheld usage. I mean, wow. Those little bitty Switch 1 controllers, they're pretty rough to hold in bigger hands. These seem like they might be actually pretty good. Maybe we won't have to be so reliant upon the third-party stuff. Let's see. Now, the old Switch 1s, they always seem to have a decent amount of charge right when they came to you. Looky there. Starts right up. Yeah. Oh, wow. Let's see what else comes with it before I start diving in. Now, fun fact, I've reordered this and a lot of different games to go with it, and none of the games have arrived. Let's see, we got an instruction booklet right there. Oh, this comes with an HDMI cable. I don't remember if the original Switch did or not. Nice ultra high speed one. So now we've got a HDMI that's capable of 4K. That'll be nice. Of course, the little caps and wrist straps for those Joy-Cons. I don't know whether any of that stuff will actually end up getting used, but we'll shove it back in there. Let's see what else we got. There is a lot of stuff in here. Okay, this is the charger. That's a pretty good sized charger brick, I tell you what. Good USB-C brick. Sorry folks, I'm really not used to doing an unboxing. I gotta get a little better at actually keeping everything where the camera can see it too. So it looks like we've got the double-sided USB-C cable for the charger. That'll get used too. Alright. This, I think, is what I was hoping that we would have. And that is. So, we'll be able to grip that pretty good and basically make a controller out of these two Joy-Cons. Oh, that's nice. I've been watching some of these videos where people have got to try it out. That's really not a bad little fit. It's a little small, but that's not bad. Everything looks like it works pretty good. C button down there. I'm not used to that one. Yeah, everything's nice and clicky. Yeah. So I think I was one of the people who was a little bit concerned about the magnets. Those work really, really well. You are not pulling that. If you don't hit that button on the back, you're not pulling that sucker off. And you hit that back button now, and it comes right off. That's a good connection on there. I don't think people will have too much of a problem with that. This should be the dock. up. Yeah, we got our Switch 2 done. And I am just super excited to start playing around with this thing. So I'm not going to really keep too much else in this video. The only stuff that has come up besides the Switch, it's actually been delivered to the house. I did get a screen protector from Amazon. That arrived probably a month ago, really. When I pre-ordered the Switch 2, I went ahead and got one of these. So, should be able to protect that. And then the other day, I was able to find this guy. 512 gigabyte ONN micro SD express for Switch 2. It's only about $65. I've been watching them trying to get a Lexar 1 terabyte, and it seems like Amazon never has them, and I really haven't been able to get a hold of one. So when I saw this thing the other day and saw that it was in stock locally at a Walmart, I just went ahead and picked one up. So I don't think it's the best in the world. I don't know that it'll have anything that's really noticeable between that and one of these better brands, I guess, of memory card. But I figure it'll do the purpose because I've got a lot of Switch 1 games that I will be playing on this thing, and I just want to see how they'll perform, to be honest. I think that some of them we may not see near the stuttering, and it'll hopefully make some of these games just a lot more playable. And I've already seen what the basically live playthrough of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet look like. So that's one of the first things that I'm going to be playing on this, because I kind of steered clear of it. I love Pokemon, but I wasn't gonna play that game in the state that it was in with the backlog that I have. I'd rather wait, because by the time I really got serious about doing that, we knew the Switch 2 was coming. So I just held off, but I'll be watching it soon. And that stand, I don't know. That does look kind of flimsy to me. I don't know that that's going to make it very long at all, to be honest. I think that if you have heavy use on your Switch, it may not last. I'll be real honest. And I will be trying this along with all my old third-party controllers. I'm wondering how well those are going to pair up with this thing. I may do a video on that just to kind of let people know what they're getting into if they didn't pre-order the Switch 2. But right now, today is just kind of a day of relishing that this thing actually came out, that it is essentially a Switch 1 on steroids. It's a much beefier model. Really has what everybody wanted a Switch 2 to be, and then some. Because I know some people were probably disappointed, but when the Wii U came out, it was kind of disappointment for everybody too, because what we really wanted was just a Wii with some HDMI support. That mouse function seems like, I guess you've got to have those other little stands to it. Just putting it down like that probably isn't going to work the best. But like I was saying, I think the Wii U was really kind of a miss, just because people weren't necessarily looking for a big old huge, boy, this thing's dusty, but a big old huge controller like this. That was not what they were looking for. You know, they wanted a Wii with a little extra functionality, and we just didn't necessarily get it. And it was still a great system. I love my Wii U. Love it. But there's very few people who would agree with me on that. Let's be honest. Whereas the Switch 1, everybody seemed to like, and this is a direct replacement of it. It just a full-blown better model of it for a little bit of money. Um, and let's be honest, there's a lot of people who still have their original Switches today, and they still work. So I don't think that this is going to be like the Switch 2 that I'll have until the very end. I love the little special edition models. I think this is going to be the family unit that everybody plays with, that we all enjoy Mario Kart when it comes in. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm actually going to load some games on this thing, have a little bit of fun, and I may come back and actually do a little bit of third-party controller testing. I may try and put that on this video because I'm really just doing this for me. And I hope that there's a lot of other people out here who are having the same joy and the same fun. I'm looking forward to this stuff and exploring this new model just like I am. And I hope y'all got everything that you wanted out of it too. And I hope it just exceeds all of our expectations. And I really hope that we continue to get some of these collections like what we've seen. That Mortal Kombat collection from the State of Play the other day. I'm hoping that comes to the Switch too. And I can't see why it wouldn't. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it'll actually make the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. So yeah, I'm gonna sign off now and quit rambling. But I wish everybody else who's getting one of these things at least as much joy as I'm getting out of it. And I hope y'all have a great day.